Hey, good morning, Brian.
Hey, Jake, just a minute. I'll just copy the recording over into Discord. Just a second.
I say good morning for you.
Yeah, good. Oh, sorry. Good afternoon for you.
Where are you at, Paul?
There we go.
Is that to me, Jay?
I was just asking where you're from.
Town called St Helens in England,
Okay,
halfway between Liverpool and Manchester.
gotcha.
Nice. Welcome. My name is Brian Knight and I live near Melbourne in Australia, and it's just after 5:30 in the morning on I think it's a Wednesday for me. Welcome, Paul, Jay and Helen. Let me just share this screen first as a formality. So just welcome to this FOREX analysis session. So we're going to note about risk, and there's a risk disclosure there, and a little bit about us as live session traders, just so that you can see and know.
Hold on a second. Nobody ever told me there was any risk involved.
Yeah, I know, Jay. You obviously come on a little bit after this thing occurs every day. Oh gosh. Yeah, no, this is totally risk-free, of course. Right, now, where are we? There are some, let me just go to my trading platform just so you can see. There's certainly a few of, you can see a few of the trades are just sticking there, sitting and pulling back and forward, and doing their, obviously this is, well, not obviously to people maybe, but because it's doing this, there's a lot of sideways movement. You can see what's happening. So these are trades that I've recently got into, like the USD, CHF, GBP, CHF, AUD, CHF, AUD, USD, and AUD CAD. They're still sitting there though, like they're 20, 30 pips down. That's okay. And then there was a Euro AUD also, and that CAD-J is still just playing around. They're all just sort of pulling back a bit. And like, it's quite easy for you to sort of like get nervous about it. I'm not at this point. I'm just sort of watching each one of them and see what they're doing, whether they're breaking structure or not. Okay, so let's just, anybody got questions about that? Now, how was your week away, Helen, too?
I just try to remind myself that's why I'm trading this strategy, is because I don't have to stress about it.
No, yeah, Jay, it's. I'll give you one example of something that I'm still also learning in this process. So it was the USD CHF, right? So if you look at the daily, what is the daily over time? What is the daily in? Is it in a buy trend or is it in a sell trend?
It's bearish.
Yeah. Okay, good. So it's basically selling out, but at the moment it's bullish or it's in a buy trend. Yeah.
Right.
That's what it's doing. And it has been since what's this swing low down here, start of July to sort of end of July. It basically turned, it finished the sell, and it went into a buy, which it needs to do for them to, after the big push down, most of the big money people need to push it back up to profit and then start it going back down into a sell. So okay. So what I did was, I don't know if you remember yesterday or the day before it was, I think it was the day before, I got into a buy on this pair. Yeah?
Yeah.
I got into a buy because of what was here on the daily and what was happening here. It then pulled back down here. It actually broke that structure, then broke that structure, then basically broke this structure or matched it, right? But it was up here, I think it was somewhere in here yesterday. I went, hang on a minute, let me reevaluate this. It's like, oh, hang on a minute. Why am I taking a buy? This is in an overall sell. Right? And what happened here, I'll show you, it's disappeared now. I'll show you on the daily. Oh, actually, we'll come across here. I'll show you on the daily. That yesterday turned into a single 1 day candle of sell, and now it's pushed back up again. Okay. What happened here though is, and you can't quite see it. What am I going to do? Hang on a minute. I'll do this. Get a trend bar and I'll turn the bar candle off. No, you can't see it. It hasn't. Oh, yeah, it is. Can you see? Can you just see in that candle there's a red? Oh, it's hard to see. See, there's like a little red downturn, like it did there. And I don't know if you can see, but there was a red downturn just in that one candle. Okay, I'll go turn this back on again. And so in yesterday's thrust of things, I felt that potentially on the daily, this had finished its push up and it was going to start to go into sell. So I actually got out of it. What did I have? Hang on, history. I'll just tell a look at my history. Yeah, it was about 50 pips down, which, you know, I lost a few bucks on it. I mean, at a 0.01, I think it was $5 or whatever it is. It's not a big deal on a $1,000 account, and got out of it and got into a sell, right? In retrospect, I shouldn't have done that. But I did because on the daily, I saw the color change go into sell. Does that make sense? I'm just sharing with you where I am, you know, what I'm doing and that. So at the moment now, it's pulled back up. And so I'm in, you know, I'm in drawdown in the opposite direction. And nobody's ever done that before, going like, oh my gosh, it's that. And then they get out and then they're draw down in the other direction. So ultimately, what I really want to get into on the daily is a sell, right? Ultimately, that's what I want to get into, but I was in a buy. So I'm just going to watch this now and see. It could pull up a whole lot further, right? But if you look at this, if you look at USD CHF, and I reckon hanging on, oh, young Tom, good to see you, sir.
Hey, Brian, how are you?
Oh, yeah, just trolling myself, mate, you know how it all goes. So the drop and the pullbacks have not they haven't broken the previous high. And if you look at them, where will I, let's do a fib on. So that sort of thing, if you look, that has only made a 50%. Yeah? Does that understand? And then if I put that from that high down to that low, there's potential that it may only come to that 50% anyway as well. We'll see. I'm just looking at it from that sort of point of view. It's not likely to take out all of the imbalance for whatever reason it is. So that's the reason why I did what I did. It may not be a great decision. That's just what I did, right? We all can make decisions in the moment. I just want to share with you what I did. And the reason why I did is because this had broken structure to the left. Well, it hadn't gone further. It had, but it pulled back and then went back up. Let let's wait and see what happens. Yeah. Because if I look at these, there's a lot of this is pulled down to the same sort of area. Does that make sense? Before it's gone back up? And only time will tell.
Well, those sort of uptrends on the daily seem to be like a struggle, don't they? So there's big sharp drop-offs and then
Yeah,
struggles back up for a while and then drops off again. There's sort of a pattern.
it is, Darren. You're absolutely correct. So what am I waiting for? The big drop off now. And like I suppose to a certain extent now, I would say in retrospect of when we looked at this early this week, it was only, I looked at it and went, well, look, I'll get a cheeky buy out of it. That's what I was looking at doing while it continued a bit. But maybe, like in retrospect, I should have sat on my hands and went, nah, I'll just wait for when it breaks back down, which I could have got into the sell at this point too. I mean, it's just a different viewpoint and different sort of timing for it. That's all. Just so you know. So everyone can, you make a decision on when you want to get into the trade or not, and based on whatever you see on that daily. Okay. I'll just go through some of that. That's USD CHF. There was the other one was the GBP CHF. Yeah. You can see that though on the daily did pull back, but it didn't ever give me a little red a red part of the trend bar on the daily time frame. So I never changed it. And yes, it did drop down, but it's sort of just gone sideways at the moment on the 3 hour. Yeah. So I'm just staying in that for, continuing that buy at this point. Yeah, because it is more sort of MW style from a daily down to the 3 hour. That's all. So that's the two that I took at the start of this week. One, I changed my mind on it, which maybe I could, should have, could have, would have, whatever. I just did, and I'm sharing with you what I did. And I'm still looking at the USD CHF. I'm still looking for a seller, right? If we go up to these three, AUD CAD. If you look at the where else is PI line? Okay, I must have got rid of it. So this getting into the trade there, that's why I'm in drawdown, because of that pullback up here. It hasn't though broken this structure, right? It hasn't broken that structure. So I'm not in that sort of, where do I put it? I'm not in that sort of area to go like, well, do I get out of the trade? Do I start getting into buys? If I look at it over here, it has changed color, right? But I'm not jumping in at the moment because it did change there as well. And it has changed here. That was a spike there, same of this situation, yet it continued down. So I'm just sort of keeping with the trend at this point in the way that it is. And if it does come back and like, hey, I lose whatever, 0.25% on that, then that's just the way it'll be. All right. But it will then tell me, that will be the sign that I'll need to look at buys for that pair. Again, though, I think I dropped that article. I don't know if you could read it, that article into the group about the AUD. Yeah, AUD USD. No, I think it was in I'm pretty sure I dropped it into the chat. Let me go have a look. Maybe nobody saw it. Did I drop it in or not? No. Oh, no, I didn't. Oh, no, well, okay. I thought I had. Whoops. Rightio. No, it's not there. So it's not in the chat. Anyway, it was an article about AUD USD. I thought I did. I did it on my phone. So obviously it didn't copy across. But they're talking about it going so AUD USD, it's just an article talking about getting down to 60 cents. All right. So again, if you look against all currencies, whether it's AUD CAD or AUD USD, they have similar sort of ways they operate. This has potential for going further into the sell. That's all. If I find the article again, I'll send it across into the group properly, maybe see how I go. So again, as I said, AUD is weak against most currencies and the NZD as well. So I can't see this doing a major pullback up. I can see it pulling back to profit and then getting back into the sell again. So I'm just going to stay on the bus with it. There's that. I apologize. I thought I'd put it in the
You did. I read it.
Oh, did you, Tom?
Yeah, it's there.
Oh, it is there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Where did I? Oh, no, there it is. Yeah, ABC News. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Aussie dollar slump. Correct. It is there. Thank you.
You did mention about that range it sort of likes to be in.
Yeah.
Brian, yesterday. So between 6 and I forget what the top figure was, but it's sort of always.
Yeah, $1.10 down. Well, it's a big range. $1.10 down to about 50 cents. But the point is that this has, its sort of range is more around that 60 to 70.
Yeah.
60 to 70. It sort of sits in that sort of range. And so it's potentially in this trend has a bit more to go before it will change. And so with this type of trading that Jay has a risk that you weren't aware of, that potentially, I'm looking at the trend continuing down at this point in time. And this is just a pullback. So I'll live with a bit of drawdown. Pretty comfortable because I'm not risking a lot. It's like, yeah. Questions?
No,
eBay.
I'm still in those.
Yeah, you're stayed in there. You're in drawdown as well, Darren?
No, I'm in profit on those.
Yeah, because you got in back up here somewhere or back up here or wherever. Yeah, okay. No worries. Depends on where you got in. I definitely would not get into buys on them. Definitely would not. At this point, if we're talking longer term, it might be someone, Tom might go like, hey, we saw a turn, I'm going to get into the buy on that. So I don't want to.
Tom is in that right where you said.
Yeah, for the buy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But I only have my take profit at that green spike.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I don't have it way up at the top. It's just that pullback.
Yeah. So you're grabbing little bites out of it as well. So there's so many different ways of trading this as well. So many different ways. And what could this be? What could this pullback be, Darren, for us? What could this
for a basket trade? I think.
Yes, the opportunity to get in for another sell. Yes, correct.
I would be waiting for it to drop and sort of break that low, or would you get in sooner than that? No, because I'm looking at this overall. I would look at potentially on the daily, and this is what Tom's looking at. He's just looking at a little bite up here and then it continue into the sell. So it depends. If I come back here onto depends on how
eager I want to be. But if I look back here on the 3 hourly, you're right. Maybe if it breaks structure down here, or you may even look at it where it breaks out. If this changes to red, and it will be a bit, but if this then, which over relatively quickly, can see up here, it changed within like 1 or 2 candles, could be a couple of days. If this gets back into red, then I'll look at it as a second trade. And by that time, this may be down here or even further, but like this, that means this trade here will be that I'm on, will be in profit again, or break even, and then I'll be into another one ready for the next step, push down. So, yeah. So all that, and on the daily here would have been that push up that Tom might be in. And so he's looking at what you're looking at a TP at the top of this wick here, is it?
No.
Tom?
No.
No.
Can you shrink it down a little bit?
Yeah, sure.
You see that red spike up there at the top?
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Rightio.
I'm looking for it to come back, break even,
Yeah.
make a double top, and then turn around and come back down again.
Come back down. Okay, no worries. Cool. All right. Then.
That sounds like a more advanced version of the relaxed strategy to me. That one, I'd say.
Yeah, I
That's
personally
just
don't.
experience, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I personally don't think it's going to make it that far up. I think that news there is or that spike is a crazy bit of news. Which look, it's quite easy. I've said things to Tom in the past and thought, wow, that's never going to happen, and they do. So, and then there's other times I've said that's never going to happen, and it doesn't. So it's just let's wait for whatever happens. But yeah, pull back at the moment. They tend to consolidate or pull back up. Like it's very much like this. So that pull back up there. Oops, I'll get rid of this stuff. That pull back up there, and then it just sort of dances around, does a spike. It might do a spike and then back out down the bottom. Anyway, we lost Jay. He's obviously busy doing something. So AUD CAD, the AUD CHF, same thing. You can see they all are doing a little bit of pullback up. It just means there's a little bit of strength in the Aussie dollar, because if they're all doing it like that, but then you see the JPY, like see the Aussie dollar weaken off against that. AUD NZD, you can see it weakening off. Singapore, that's doing the pull up and we're doing the weakening off. AUD USD, same thing. See where it does a pull up, but now it's going weak again. All right. So the way I see it is it's come out of that consolidation, it's done its little pull up, profited out, broken a bit of structure, and now it's ready to go back down. We'll see. We'll see. But again, here is an opportunity potentially, particularly after this engulfing and then a big sell engulfing, like it took up two buy candles or an engulfing and another, it's now come back down. This for me is potentially an opportunity to get into another sell on AUD USD. All right, I went into drawdown, now it's come back. It just depends what it'll do over the next 24 to 48 hours. Let's say Wednesday, Thursday. Okay. Yeah. So I'm not concerned about a bit of drawdown on something. I'm looking at opportunities for additional trades. So when you look at all of those pairs, all the AUDs, you can see that all of them basically have pulled back up because they're all in the sell, right? All of them, for a while. They've all done a pullback up. Some of them have already started that drop off again. We'll see if they continue, and I suppose if you come down here very quickly, where are we? If you go to NZD CAD, see what happened, pull back up, similar sort of thing, and you look at it, sell, but it's done that pullback up. NZD CHF, same thing, see the pullback up there. NZD JPY, pull up and starting to go back down again. Oh, it is pulling up a little bit just there. NZD USD is the other one. See how that's pulled back up? And then you've got that engulfing candle with a big wick top and bottom for that. Same thing as what AUD is doing. Just show you that you know, doing similar things to that. And what I'm looking for is the sellout again, potentially. Just show you the sort of commonality of them. You've noticed that? No? Yes?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Good. Then CAD CHF, again, it's in the sell. I'm not trading this, even though it could be a good, you know, pair. It's not one that I've added. CAD-J. Hey, look at this, Darren. Bloody hell. If you look at the, whoops, still just doing this stuff, isn't it, eh?
Yeah.
Remember, I got in over here somewhere, pushed up, back down, beautiful in profit. Oh, back up, draw down. Oh, back, you know, I'm just sitting just above my entry, which was way over here.
Yeah.
And this is like, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days. So it's like a week and a half that I've been in this trade and it's just dancing around. But certainly what I'm looking for is, and I may pull up further, but what I'm looking for is for it to exhaust here and get into potentially a sell. Let me have a look. What am I in? What am I in that one now? Yeah, I'm in that one as a sell. I'm just down 9 pips or something. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. That's just where it is. So you just got to sort of stay on the bus, see what happens, stay committed to what you're doing, and then go from there. CHF JPY, I don't tend to trade that. Euro AUD, that's going into sell now. Euro AUD and Euro NZD overall are in buy trends on the daily. This pullback now has broken structure, broke there, it's matched out there. It hasn't broken this yet. It's come down there and touched it. We'll see whether it does break structure and whether the euro goes into this sort of sell. Yeah.
Well, I'm still in the buy on that. I'm now back at break even.
Yeah.
Over to the left there.
Yeah, I'm in a slight drawdown on this one. But yeah, I'm still playing this trend, because if you look at it over quite a considerable amount of time on the daily.
If that breaks structure, would you think about getting out then?
Yeah, well, just depends on how far I want to have drawdown and how much it's worth, or whether I do. I have a sense that they'll profit out here and then potentially take it back into a buy again. And like, how long do you want to stay on it, and how much drawdown do you want to have on it, and when do you want to lose to then get into a continued sell for it to turn around and come back up? They're the decisions you need to make. Yeah. And it depends on when you got into this trade and how much in profit or not you are. So Euro NZD and Euro AUD are doing their thing at the moment. It's just the euro is weakened off, right? But if you look Euro CAD, same thing, right? Right? Euro CHF, same thing, right? But this is different. I don't normally trade Euro CHF because it's too close. Euro GBP, again, this would have been good to continue that sell. Not the euro weakened off against the British pound, stronger. And Euro JPY, though, see how that's also done that pullback down? Yeah, right. Remember, we talked yesterday, Darren. It's like got in the trade there for wherever it was for a buy, it pulled back here, knocked you out, then came back, broke the high. It's pulled back down again. It's likely to come back up again and break this high.
Yeah.
It's just doing more sort of MWs, and you can see the Euro NZD pull back. There's Singapore as well. So the euro has weakened off against all the currencies at the moment. Yeah, but it doesn't mean that the overall trend is changing though. Yeah. Alistair put something in the group. I didn't get a chance to actually look at it because I only saw it this morning. What was this one? Oh yeah, hang on. I'll just bring that across. He was just talking about the fact that it had come back to this area here, I think. That's what he's was trying to point out. So, and this is the Euro USD. The US dollar and the US dollar is strong against all the other currencies. So just know that that's what's occurring there. That's all.
I'm in that sell Euro USD actually, still in that one.
You're in the USD. Yeah, you got into a sell on it.
Yeah, a bit further back. So that where it wicked up earlier on, that last wick.
This one.
No, to the right there. That
one.
Well, that nearly took me out. That's because my trailing, been moving my stop loss. I got in way over to the left there.
Yeah.
And then it nearly wicked me out today, and then dropped off again. So quite good profit on it now.
That's good.
but I haven't within sort of a whisker of being taken out.
Yeah, well, that's what the stop hunts or turtle soup is all about. That's what they want to do, push that and then take it off in the same. And this is the same thing as, your AUD and all the other ones as well. They'll come and search for you and take you out and then take it off in the direction they want to. Are you still in the GA, Darren?
Yeah, that's broken structure now, hasn't it?
It has, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's gone into at a higher time frame. It hasn't gone into a sell.
No, yeah.
It's maybe just like that pullback before it pushes back up. That pullback,
yeah, potentially.
We'll see what happens. But you should still be well in profit on that one. You got in back down here somewhere, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Same thing, GBP CAD. Yeah, they're all doing little pullbacks at the moment, or doing pullbacks, if that makes sense. Still in the buy trend, GJ, same thing. There's a pullback. So what it is good to notice is after a long stretch, see how it's pulled back, then pushes back up again and does another pullback. This is starting to look like potentially it may change direction. Yeah. Because you don't normally get these sort of significant, I call them significant pullbacks in a continuation of the run. And then GBP NZD, same. We're getting another pullback down to break structure. Is that a swing high and a pullback down? That's not what the daily is saying at the moment. It doesn't mean it won't change. It just, testing out people, I think. Well, particularly for this strategy. Same thing, Singapore, pullback and another pullback, and the GBP USD. This one, I'm in this trade still. I got a stop loss up here somewhere. But again, that drop back down there has pulled me back into profit on it. And if I look over on the daily, you can see where it's green, but it really hasn't got a lot of push to it. Yeah, it's not a lot of momentum. It's not like this. So it's not like this engulfing candles to push it down. It's like this meager push up. Yeah. And you got to remember, this is the British pound against the US dollar. They both have a bit of strength. It's just one is trying to push against the other. But the US is overall quite strong with it. And we've done all those NZDs. Singapore Japanese yen, don't tend to trade it. USD CAD, look at it. It's starting to run out of a bit of steam here. We'll see. I think I'm in this trade still, and still I would say USD CAD. Yeah, still up 60 pips or something where I got in back over here. It pull back. I'm waiting for it to continue and push up. So that's the USD CHF, which it did the pullback and now back up. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna actually hang in here for the sell. We'll see. I may be totally wrong on it. And USD JPY, again, it's also, see how they're all doing a little bit of after a big long run, they're doing a bit of a dip. Is this going to be the swing high for them to change, or are they going to continue the trend? At the moment, on the daily, this is a continuation of the trend, even though it's broken that high there, right? We'll see. I'm not, I am in that trade. Yeah, I'm still up like 120 pips on that. I've actually probably got a couple. Yeah. USD Singapore, same thing. It's doing that little pullback at the moment. It's like a consolidation across the top, and gold is pulling back up, which tells me that the US dollar is losing a little bit of strength because it's done that, and it has broken the structure there a couple of times. Let's see what happens. If it continues its push up, the US dollar will weaken off, and then we'll decide against a lot of other currencies. But at the moment, you can see that big push back down. They want to keep it going in that sell direction. Okay. There's a few pairs. It's not hard to zip through them and see where you're at. Questions? Feedback? Comments?
What input do you have on the trend bars, Brian? Is it 7?
7, yeah. At this point, it's 7.
Yeah, we thought it was.
Yeah, on both. But,
On
we
both
talked
sides.
about potentially doing 2, but I just think I personally just working and sitting with that. Tom, have you moved or changed, or is it tend to have a fair bit?
Yeah, I've actually changed.
Yeah.
As you know, I can't leave anything alone.
No. It's like you change your underwear probably about 4 times a day. So
minimum. However, yes, I'm still 7 on the trend bars, but my setups are different.
Okay. I'm fearful to ask. No, I'm not. Okay, let's go.
I just made it so simple for myself. It's not funny.
Yeah. Okay. So what do you? I mean, it can't be any more simple, really, than just one trend bar.
Well, you'd think not, huh?
Okay, let's go.
You want to see what I'm doing?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, let's start with the CMA trend bar.
Yeah, on the 3 hour.
Style?
On the 3 hour?
Anywhere, that's fine.
Anyway, okay, let's do that. Let's go to style. Yeah.
Great. Turn off your trend bar. Turn off your bar color.
Yep.
Okay. Go ahead and get out of that now.
Oh. Yep.
Go up to your cog on your settings.
Yep.
All right. So the body,
Yeah.
unclick it,
Yeah.
turn your borders green and white.
Green and white.
Uh-huh.
I'll
show you why.
Okay. Yeah.
And your wicks green and white.
Okay.
Okay, and then click on, you should have your last, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So then, go ahead and get out of that.
Yeah.
Go over and hit Hakanashi.
All right.
Go back to your cog.
Now back to the cog. Yeah.
Turn the body off. Change those to white. Not the wicks.
Oh, not the wicks.
Oh, yeah. The wicks. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if you look, you want to open that up just a little bit? It's the exact same setups. All you're looking to do is follow that trend line.
Yeah.
Except what this does is it knocks out. You can actually see the wick. You can see the trend line when it changes from green to red. Now the candles aren't in your way.
Yeah.
The white is just easier on the eyes. That's why I changed it. You can change it to any color you want.
As a cell. Yeah.
Right. And the Hakanashi candles smooth out everything. And now you're literally just following the trend line change colors. And if you go back in nice and tight to any one of these colors that changes at the top or at the bottom.
Yeah.
Can you push in nice and tight now?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. We'll do it up here.
Anywhere. Anywhere's fine.
Like there.
Perfect. See that green candle that changes to red?
Yeah.
The next candle's a red down. Your entry is at the top of that green candle. I'm sorry.
Entry is the top of the.
The entry. The stop loss is at the top of that small green candle.
Yeah.
There's your stop.
Yeah, I'll put it on. Hang on. Let me just do this. Let's just stop there.
And then anywhere on that next candle.
Yeah, which could be anywhere because that has changed color. You might wait for it to start, and then that would be your entry there.
And then all you're doing is following
anywhere there.
Red line. Yep.
Yeah, and then you're following the line. Yeah, correct.
And you can go to any candle up or down. You look for the change in color prior to. And what's nice is see the white ones as the line is still green.
Yeah.
As it comes across the top.
Yeah.
Well, if you had regular candles on, those would be red.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, so all it's telling you is it's slowing down. It changed the line.
The
last white candle that makes the line change, your stop loss is at the green candle prior to it.
Yeah, which is that one there.
The green candle.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be where your stop loss is.
Right. Okay. At the wick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Same sort of thing. So entry would be probably here
One
or
of
there,
those.
somewhere there, and your stop loss would be up there. That's what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you would have also here on this one be out of that trade, out of that one, and then into this trade if you wanted to for a buy. But that depends on what the overall trend is, maybe on the daily or weekly or whatever higher time frame. Yeah.
Yeah, again, I still follow the same rules, look in the higher time frames, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So if you want to go back to which one was it you said I would be in? I think it's AUD CAD.
Mm-hmm. Oh, where it is now.
Right. Now, if you look down at the bottom, it broke structure down below. came back up, failed to break structure twice on the down move,
Yeah, here.
right? And it popped out the top. So now all I did
Yeah.
was I got in at the break.
Yeah, just here.
So the other thing is you can get a tighter entry now, because if you adjust your box to the last white candle of the up move at the bottom, right there.
Here. Yeah, here.
No, that candle.
I'm moving the tail.
Go down just a
Sorry,
little bit.
Tom. Pull it down.
Yeah, just a little bit. Right there. You want that candle? And then the
Yeah.
top candle for the high on the greens body. Now you can see where it broke structure.
Yeah.
It pushed up. It's going to give us a little pullback
Yeah, which it did.
before it breaks up to the left to break that top green candle on the left-hand side.
Mm-hmm.
That one.
Mm-hmm.
Down one.
Over
See the
here.
one it did not break? That's the one.
Yeah, there. Yeah.
That's the one it did not break. So
Mm.
so that's why I'm saying it's already broke structure on the up move. It broke out of the box. Everything's
Yeah.
green. You're getting two small indecision candles
Yeah.
that may or may not continue the push down. It has
Yeah.
to come back into this box for me to be out of it. And
Yeah.
I'm looking to take my profit at the top of the highest wick on the left. It's
Yeah,
going back
okay.
to collect that imbalance.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And if you look, it started
And-
early.
And overall, though, on a high time frame, it's still in the sell at this point.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you're grabbing some of the pullbacks as well as the continuations.
I'm only
You're
grabbing
just-
things
Yeah.
that break structure.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
To me, I'm following the red line.
Yeah.
I'm using my entries and exits as given, as the candles show it, but
Yeah.
I'm only focusing on structure.
Yeah.
So there's a couple that I'm just sitting here waiting for them to come up, hit my structure before I sell.
If I just put it back on because where I'm going to enter is on standard candles. You're looking on the Heikenashis for that overall trend, but ultimately you're going to need to come back to standard candles for an entry or for a price.
That's where we disagree, but that's okay.
Yeah, I know we do. It's how maybe Tom, that's just how my brain works.
Well, again, all of you sitting here are making up your own minds how you guys want to trade. I'm only using what works for me, and Brian's using what he works for him. So
Yeah,
it's not a
absolutely.
competition. You guys find what
Yeah.
works for you.
Yeah. There's plenty of money in the market for all of us to make your own decision and still profit. It's like,
Right.
just
Yeah,
because
I'm just showing you guys how I've changed.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Interesting concept, just to sort of open the candles out, like not look at them as they're still red and greens, which is actually quite interesting
So the
from
thing
that.
is, I just read. I'm heavy into psychology these days, and and they were saying that your candles should never be red or green.
Yeah, because they give you a psychologically a positive or a negative aspect. Yeah,
Right. They influence your decision making.
correct. I totally agree with you. Yeah, I had. I don't know if I successfully, but I'm pretty well. I had disregarded the significance of the color to a great extent. So maybe that's just the journey. But yeah, it's we'll see, Tom. We'll see whether this will push further up or not, or whether it will just break down out again.
Well,
I think
see,
it's
if you
done
look
a
at it
nice
though,
one.
if you put it back on the
Yeah.
Hakanashis real quick,
Yeah, sure.
you could see where that green candle came back and tested your box.
Yeah, this one here. Yeah,
Yep. To the pip,
Yeah.
And now it's slowly going to weasel its way up. It should not break. It should not break that last green wick, even with red candles.
Yeah.
And the indicator hasn't even turned red yet.
No, correct.
So if you
Correct.
go back to regular candles now,
Yep, sure. It still hasn't turned red either.
still hasn't turned red.
Yeah. Yeah.
And where's price? Can you put a line on price?
Sure. There.
Okay, now go back to Hakanashi.
Hang on a minute. Oh, you want to do that trick? Okay.
Price is price.
Well, yeah, it's slightly below, but that's okay. Yeah, it's a round price. Correct.
Right.
We're not gonna differ on that.
So if price is price, all I'm looking for is the easiest possible entries and exits.
Totally agree. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting to see this. This is more of a more of a what's the word I'm going to use? It's not more reactionary. It's more. There's more trades involved in this that you're doing, Tom. There's more ins and outs. There's more grabbing that you could be in longer term trades. It depends on whether it's with the trend or not. You're actually then taking some of those opportunities, which I'm not doing at this point.
Well, the reason being is if you pull out and take a look at the big picture, over to your left, it's already tried to break the bottom left and couldn't do it. So again, structure.
Look, I understand that.
So that's why I'm looking at this as a bigger pullback before a bigger push down to break that structure on the left.
Let me go back here. So we got over here. Yeah.
Look at
the
that.
Daily. See that in the daily?
Came right down, touch.
Yeah, I'm looking at it breaking that low over here for sure.
Me too. But at some point, it's going to have to pull back before it does it.
But I think it depends on how big a pullback it is. Correct. I suppose what I'm saying is I'm not bothering with these, even if I'm in a trade for a sell at whatever point it is, I'm going to stay in them, even if it does pull back on me. Look. Oh, here we go. Oh. Okay. Oh, hello. Hello. Oh, early. Are we off to school today?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. They can't hear you. This one. There's another one. So that's sort of like the there's more trades involved, Tom, that you're in than what I'm actually taking. I'm a lot more relaxed, maybe. You're still relaxed, but I'm comatose.
Oh, I trade the exact same way you do. I just think we're going to get a decent pullback here before we break that lower left.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at a decent pullback, and if that turns red and things start moving the other direction, I'll be in for the sell.
Yeah, you'll be out into a sell, and then probably in that sell for a much longer period of time potentially. Would come down and break. Okay, that's good. That's interesting way of having it. Very interesting.
I think it's a bit more aggressive. Is that the word you was looking for, Brian? More of an
maybe. Well,
tighter stop losses and.
Yeah, but you also Tom is more at the charts than I am. As I say, I only come to the charts probably. Depends. Like yesterday, I was looking after picking up and dropping off grandkids and looking after. Looking after grandkids, so it's sort of like I probably had 4 or 5 opportunities to look at while I was awake through the waking day. So I wasn't, the only thing I did was that one change, which maybe in hindsight, maybe I shouldn't have done, but I changed based upon the daily on the, which one was it? Let me just have a look.
USD CHF, I think.
Yes, correct. USD CHF. Yeah. Oh,
So on this pair on the daily,
yeah.
if you were to look at this with the settings you have on the right,
Oh yeah.
the settings on the left.
Yeah, I'll change it. Hang on a minute.
All you gotta do is right click over here and do change all to, apply these indicators to entire layout.
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
Didn't do it.
You did. You got to open it up.
No, it's still green and red.
Oh, that's weird.
It's probably because this still needs to be changed. This doesn't change because it's an overall. Oh, will you stop jiggling, please? And if I change that to Heiken-Nashi, I'll need to do that again. Oh.
What are you doing?
There you go.
Okay, so if you look at the bottom then.
Oh, hang on, I'll just bring it over.
That's a big.
There, like that.
Yeah, open it up by Alistair's birthday.
Oh, right.
Make that nice and big.
I don't know. I've lost Alistair's birthday POO line. It's like, oh my God.
If you noticed on the data, the line has changed green.
Yeah, because I'm on Heiken-Nashi's at the moment. Yeah.
Right. Last candle down, which your white candle where it changed.
Yeah, but it also did it here too.
Yeah, but that's relative to the lower on the left. So now that it pushed down and didn't break, I'm looking for that pullback. So that's why I'm looking at this going, well, wait a tick. You have a green candle pushing up now.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. Yeah, but not a doji or a star. It hasn't sort of done that. Where are we at 23rd? Yeah, see, it's not. Is it next week? Hang on a minute. I'll have a look. Because there will be a potential rate decision AUD. Where are we? 26. I think it's actually the end of next week is the first. So no, it's the week after. It will be. Oh. There you go. So Tuesday the 5th. And there's a 50-50 whether it sits at there. And it looks like also too there's a Canadian one as well that week. So next week, and then you've got unemployment stuff, CAD. So that's going to be not next week, but the week after. Looks like it will be a bit interesting. But still next week will be too. There's always news. So, but I'm just looking at this as longer term.
Put them on regular candles.
Yeah, sure. It's still got that pull up.
Three strike green candles.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, which if you come back onto the daily, that's what it's done. You know, you've got those that pull up, like it's 1, 2, 3 days. That's the more significant there. Anyway, we will see. That's just an interesting setup. And Helen's around there too. So, just go. She's been last week was off with all the drinking buddies, I think.
Hi, Brian.
How are you, Helen?
I'm sorry, I did hear your question earlier on about my holiday, but you'd moved on before I had a chance to unmute. So yes, I had a good time. Thank you.
That's good. I'm so glad. You deserve a break. We all do.
Hi, Helen.
Hi, Tom.
So it's, it's this strategy is, you can be probably what Darren was saying, like Tom is, I don't think he's aggressive, but he's looking at more opportunities. I tend to like to keep in the actual trend trades rather than grabbing pullbacks. And if I am, it's like either I'm in there by mistake or depends on the opportunities and the time when you get in. And it tells you out there whether you're in high connections or not. But anyway, now I can't be very long because much longer, even though I would like to. I'm going to go and take Claire to work this morning. She's going to start work, so I've got to go very soon to do that. Any questions you have at the moment, other than Tom's changes? You don't have to change the color of the candles, but I think, Tom, you're right. Psychologically, having green and red, because red is more danger, stop, and green is more go, positive. There's a psychological inbuilt part of us over our life. And if you take those out, it's one less thing that can create a indecision or a decision-making process that may not be positive for this strategy or may not be profitable for this strategy. Not positive.
Correct. That's why I took the color out of the candles.
Yeah, okay. You've done this before, I think.
A couple
But
times.
yeah, it gives you the trend, doesn't it? You just see that trend. But then also too, you've done this as well. We've done this where you go and you just oh no, that's not it. Where is it? Yeah, you hide. So hide the candles and all you're seeing is the trend.
Right. Yeah, I blew that trend line up as large as I could go on the indicator. So it is the majority of what I see rather than the candles.
Yeah. And you can
So
see, look at this.
I think you have it at set like 2.
Right. Right. Hang on, let me just see. You mean the actual size of it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I moved mine
you
to 4.
can blow it up to that. No, I think I was in 3.
That's really all I want to see.
Please. Go see Nana, please, at the moment. I was busy at the minute. Thank you. Yeah. So you've changed it to that. Just a much thicker. I don't know what the white one is. I've never seen that. It hasn't turned. Yeah, so it's just thicker. Stop, go, stop, go. Okay. All right, then. So if there's no other questions, I'll need to go. Sorry, I'll be back on tomorrow, same time.
Good seeing everyone.
Where the Tom's here to add his secret sauce he's doing. Yeah. Okay. Everyone's okay?
Thank you,
No
Tom.
problems at all.
Okay, thanks, Brian.
That's all right. Thank you very much. And Darren, see how you go, whether you stay on the bus or not, mate. That's the
Yeah, that's right. Well, USD CAD, I'm still riding that one. That's looking pretty good.
yeah. Okay, cool.
That one.
All right, all the best. Take it
Okay.
easy. And remember, don't tell anybody about this strategy, please. Keep it as best a secret as. We don't want other people jumping on, all right?